Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have finally done what they swore for years they would never do: reveal the faces of their children. And not in some noble stand for transparency or heartfelt family moment, but in a Halloween-themed family video dropped like a carefully timed PR grenade. After preaching privacy, lecturing the press, and weaponizing the "protect our children" narrative at every turn, suddenly the kids' faces are fair game. The hypocrisy is stunning, but hardly surprising. For 3 years, they built their brand on withholding these images. For 3 years, they crafted a martyr-ish persona, the poor, persecuted royals fighting a cruel media machine that dared show curious interest in 2 children born into global fame. Privacy wasn't a preference, it was their moral badge, their supposed higher ground, their shield against criticism. They turned privacy into performance, outrage into currency. And now, poof, the shields drop, the moral stance evaporates, replaced by a staged, glossy glimpse of the very thing they spent years condemning others for seeking. But here's the real kicker: this doesn't look like Harry's move. Not even close. This has Meghan's fingerprints all over it: the strategic drop, the timing, the emotional packaging, the subtle framing designed to place them once again in the spotlight they claim to despise. Call it a trick, call it a chess move, call it Hollywood PR disguised as motherhood. Either way, the pattern is unmistakable: Meghan controls the narrative. Harry follows the script. And the children, as ever, are props in the Sussex brand. This is not about parental pride. It's about power, control, and attention. Harry once made privacy his crusade. This was the hill he was supposedly willing to die on, shielding his children from the toxic world that destroyed him. Yet here he stands, smiling in a video specifically designed to feed the very machine he claimed to be escaping. Privacy was never the principle. It was the leverage. Meghan knows it. Harry, painfully, does too. Because let's be real, Harry has lost every battle of identity in this marriage. He entered as a prince, a soldier, a man with legacy. Now he drifts as a supporting actor in someone else's documentary of ambition. His mission once was to protect. Now his role is to participate. Meghan did not simply convince him, she converted him. And in doing so, she's exposed the truth: their values bend when the brand demands it. This Halloween reveal wasn't sentimental, it was strategic. Think about it. When public interest dips, when headlines soften, when the sympathy well runs dry, suddenly the children emerge. Not at a charity event. Not to highlight a cause. But for aesthetic effect and emotional persuasion. Cute kids soften criticism. Cute kids reignite attention. Cute kids sell a narrative. And no matter how much sugar you coat it with, using your children as PR currency is not noble parenting, it's calculated publicity. Harry once condemned the press for turning him into a spectacle. Now, ironically, he's co-signing the same tactic for his own children. History repeating, only this time voluntarily. And Meghan? She's masterfully orchestrated the moment she always wanted: complete control over the reveal. Not the press. Not the palace. Not tradition. Meghan decides. Meghan frames. Meghan releases. She didn't protect her children from the world. She protected the exclusivity of their images until it served her. It's not a breach of privacy, it's a timed monetization of it. Let's also dispense with the idea that this was some organic family memory shared out of joy. Meghan is too intentional, too media-trained, too invested in optics to casually drop something of this magnitude without motive. That's not criticism, it's pattern recognition. She plays the long game. She studies the angles. She knows when to pivot public perception. And when that moment arrives, Harry falls into step like a man who knows resistance is futile. Meanwhile, the palace remains dignified, understanding that some things are sacred. Meanwhile, William and Catherine protect their children in substance, not slogan. Meanwhile, the monarchy carries on as an institution built on duty, not theatrics. Contrast is a powerful thing. Harry once represented that dignity and restraint. Now? He represents pliability, a man drifting wherever Meghan's next strategy points. And perhaps the most tragic part is that he doesn't seem to see it anymore. Or worse, he sees it and accepts it, because he believes the alternative is irrelevance. But at what cost? Their children deserve a life beyond curated PR messaging. They deserve identity before brand. They deserve childhood before strategy. Instead, their first proper introduction to the world is wrapped in aesthetic packaging and convenient timing, framed not as protection but as presentation. The couple who once demanded the world respect their privacy is now the one staging their children's debut like a Hollywood premiere. This isn't evolution, it's exposure. And it reveals something deeper than a simple family moment, a priority system where personal image comes first, privacy comes second, and the children sit somewhere awkwardly between, used when beneficial and shielded when strategic. Meghan may believe she's won another PR battle. She may see this as reclaiming the narrative. But every victorious move reveals the same truth: this isn't about family. It's about control. And the more she pushes Harry into these orchestrated displays, the more the illusion fades. Once again, the Sussexes claim authenticity while delivering performance. Once again, they preach principle while practicing convenience. And once again, Meghan proves she can outplay Harry in every emotional, strategic, and public-facing arena, not by force, but by persuasion. That, in many ways, is the most powerful form of control. And the most concerning.